Before I begin this episode, I want to take a moment to extend my sincere appreciation to Midwest Fire. If you've been listening to the show for a while, you know that Midwest Fire ads run at the beginning of every episode. This is because they are the show's sponsor. The financial support of Midwest Fire helps to offset the cost of the show's production, editing, hosting, marketing, and distribution. Yes, contrary to what some might believe, it does cost money to produce and distribute a weekly radio show. I know, it's shocking. In 2015, Midwest Fire contacted me and said they support my mission and they want to be the sponsor of the show. I was completely blown away by their generosity. But before I would agree to accept their offer, I had to see their operations firsthand to ensure for myself that their fire apparatus that they built was high quality. I went to their factory and I was blown away with what I saw, and they're all poly designs. They work directly with customers, never through dealers, to keep costs down and communications consistent during the entire sales and manufacturing process. And by creating long-term relationships with their customers, they're able to help devise state-of-the-art approaches to meet your department's needs. They take great pride in their work and their ability to produce some of the most innovative fire apparatus on the market. Check them out, MidwestFire.com.
Today's episode is sponsored by Midwest Fire. For more than 20 years, Midwest Fire has been manufacturing high-quality tankers, tanker pumpers, and fire rescue vehicles in the United States and Canada. Keeping firefighters safe while enhancing their capabilities is what they do best. To learn more, go to MidwestFire.com.
Hi, this is Fire Chief Ward Schreiner from Comox Fire Department, Vancouver Island, British Columbia, and you're listening to Dr. Rich Gasaway on SA Matters Radio. The SA Matters mission is simple. They want to help us see the bad things coming. Time to avoid bad outcomes.
Hello, and welcome to episode 87 of the Situational Awareness Matters radio show. I'm your host, Rich Gasaway. The purpose of this show is to improve situational awareness and decision-making for individuals and teams who work in high-risk, high-consequence environments. The SA Matters mission is simple: to help you see the bad things coming and time to avoid bad outcomes. I'm coming to you today from Phoenix, Arizona, where I'm in town to deliver 2 programs for the International Association of Fire Chiefs Company Officer Leadership Symposium. Thank you to Jason Nauman and the staff of the IAFC for supporting my message and my mission. I sincerely appreciate the opportunity to contribute to your efforts to develop company officers. In today's episode, we discuss the role that imagination plays in forming and maintaining situational awareness. Being able to predict future events before they happen is critical to first responder safety, and imagination plays a role in that process. Before I begin today's episode, I have a few announcements and some information to share with you. If you've experienced or witnessed a near miss and would like to have a platform to share your lessons learned with others, please contact me by visiting samatters.com and clicking on the Contact Us link on the top of the homepage. Think about this for a moment. The lessons learned from your near-miss event could save the life of another first responder. If you want to share your near-miss experience, contact me. If you haven't subscribed to the SA Matters radio podcast yet, please take a moment to go to iTunes or Stitcher Radio and sign up for it. And while you're there, please consider leaving me some feedback on the show. And if you like the show, give it a 5-star review. This is really important because it really motivates and inspires me to see those 5-star reviews and the comments that people leave about the show. Your feedback is really, really important to me. In case you missed it, I ran a holiday special where I was offering 20% off of books and 40% off on video packages. And there were some really great deals there, and I want to thank everyone who took time to order some books and videos for the holiday season or at the tail end of their budget year. It really means a lot to me to know that you're supporting the mission with sharing those books and videos with your staff, so thank you. I'm really excited to announce the release of my third book in the Situational Awareness Matters series. This book contains 30 lessons on improving first responder situational awareness and decision-making under stress. Over 300 copies of this book has been sold on the website and through Amazon.com. If you know of a business that might be interested in supporting the Situational Awareness Matters mission with a sponsorship, I'm seeking a few select sponsors to help offset the cost of running the website, the social media, the podcast, the YouTube channel, and the monthly newsletter, which are all free content. The website has enjoyed over 1 million visitors who've downloaded over 4 million pages of content. New blog articles are posted every Friday. The newsletter is distributed to thousands of first responders each month. The podcast you're listening to has a new episode out every Tuesday and has been downloaded over 75,000 times. There are also opportunities to sponsor webinars and live events. So if you know of a business that would like to get their message in front of my visitors, subscribers, and supporters, ask them to contact me through samatters.com by clicking on the Contact Us link on the homepage. Here's hoping we can pick up an additional sponsor or two, and we can keep the free content flowing. Thank you again to Midwest Fire, the first and currently only sponsor of this podcast show. Without your generous support, the show could not be offered for free. I want to take a moment to thank the departments and organizations that have hosted recent Situational Awareness Matters tour stops. Your efforts to bring this valuable and powerful training on situational awareness and high-risk, high-consequence decision-making to your members and others in your region are greatly appreciated. The M-STEP Conference in Brooklyn Park, Minnesota, the Scott Township Fire Department in Evansville, Indiana, the SBM Fire Department in Spring Lake Park, Minnesota, and, of course, I'm coming to you here today from Phoenix, Arizona for the International Association of Fire Chiefs Company Officer Development Symposium. If you're interested in attending an upcoming Situational Awareness Matters tour stop, you can join me on December 27th at the Munhall Volunteer Fire Bureau in Munhall, Pennsylvania, December 28th at the Peters Township Fire Department in McMurray, Pennsylvania, December 29th at the Swissvale Fire Department in Swissvale, Pennsylvania, January 5 to 6, the Savage Fire Department in Savage, Minnesota, January 8 to 10 at the Utah Winter Fire School in St. George, Utah, January 13th at the University of North Carolina, Charlotte Fire and Emergency Services Leadership Institute, January 16th at the Iosco County Firefighters Association in East Tawas, Michigan, January 23rd and 24th at the South Carolina Firefighters Association Winter Conference in Columbia, South Carolina, February 1 and 2 at the Alaska Fire Chiefs Conference in Juneau, Alaska, February 6th at the Enfield Fire Department in Enfield, Connecticut, February 7th at the Ellesmere Fire Department in Delmar, New York, February 9th at the Grand Rapids Fire Department in Minnesota, February 10th at the Eveleth Fire Department in Minnesota, February 11th at the Lutsen Fire Department in Minnesota, February 16th at the West Metro Fire Department in Minnesota, February 25th at the Addison Fire Department in Texas, and February 26th to 28th at the NSA Winter Conference in Austin, Texas. Then I'm really excited and proud to announce that on March 1st, I will be giving the opening keynote at the Los Angeles County Fire Department's Fire Officer Conference. Very, very excited about that. If you're interested in attending an upcoming Situational Awareness Matters tour stop, head over to the SA Matters website and click on the blue box on the right side of the homepage labeled Upcoming Events Schedule. Here's hoping there'll be a tour stop near you and we'll get a chance to meet up. If you're interested in hosting a Situational Awareness Matters tour stop program in 2016 for your department or your association, contact me through the website and we'll get something set up for you. If you're not a member yet of the SA Matters community of learners, please consider joining. There are more than 5,000 members connected here on SA Matters, sharing ideas about how to improve situational awareness, how to make better decisions under stress, and how to train members to be critical thinkers and resilient problem solvers. Membership is free. Free. Yeah, free. And when you sign up, I'll send you a special report that I've created for the new members called 25 Best Practices for Improving First Responder Safety. So if you're not a member yet, head over to the SA Matters website, click on the red box on the right side of the homepage. It says Free Membership. As a reminder, every episode of the SA Matters radio show has a corresponding show notes page on the website. The most recent episodes scroll on the home page, but for older episodes, you can go to samatters.com / enter the episode that you want to listen to. So, for example, if you want to access episode 70, open the browser, www.samatters.com / 70. That'll take you to the page that contains that episode. The show notes page will contain additional information and resources about the episode, and depending on who the guest is, I might also have incident scene pictures, video, and audio, and contact information for the guest. On the show notes page, you can also ask questions and leave your feedback about the episode. If you want to get connected with me on social media, you can follow me on Twitter at Rich Gasaway, RichGasaway, at Rich Gasaway, or at SA Matters on Twitter. The SA Matters Twitter community has more than 16,000 followers of our mission. Thank you to those who are going along for the ride on Twitter. You can also get connected with me on Periscope by following at Rich Gasaway, and you'll get notifications of upcoming live video presentations. I just did one earlier this week on supporting poor decision making. And if it's still out there on Periscope, you can check that out through my social media feeds. The announcement will be there about that Periscope video. You can also get connected with me on Facebook by joining the SA Matters Facebook page. This is a private Facebook page. You go to facebook.com /groups /SA Matters. Facebook.com /groups /SA Matters. Got a really good discount going there on my new book, 50% off. The discount coupon is on the private Facebook page. On LinkedIn, you can also search for Rich Gasaway on LinkedIn. So thanks to everybody who's connected with me on Facebook and LinkedIn. I appreciate that. All right, that's enough of the housekeeping. Let's jump into the feature segment where we're going to discuss the role imagination plays in the formation of situational awareness. What if I were to tell you that on an emergency scene it is possible for you to use X-ray vision? You'd probably think that I'd been watching too many Superman movies. But it is possible for you to look right through a solid object at an emergency scene and see what's beyond it. Seriously. Looking through walls. Can you really look through a wall? Well, from the perspective of how the eyes see, by processing photons of light through the retina, the technical answer is no. But from the perspective of how the visual processor in the brain can allow you to form visual images of what your brain thinks is on the other side of the wall, the answer is most definitely yes. I have demonstrated this amazing phenomena to first responders hundreds of times in exercises I have conducted during the Mental Management of Emergencies program. It's unnerving when participants tell the entire class that they saw something that wasn't really present. The participant thinks they saw it, but in actuality, they didn't. The participant actually saw a hallucinated image. but the imagined visual image appears so real the participant doesn't know the difference. Your imagination at work. As humans, we have the gift of very complex memory system. This allows you to remember things like the names of your first grade teacher and what you had for dinner last night, and a whole lot in between. Your memory also allows you to have a vivid imagination. Humans have an uncanny ability to perceive visual, audible, or other sensations like no other creature on Earth. Imagination isn't necessarily a bad thing. It helps you to make sense of the world in the absence of facts and data. Imagination is actually an essential component in the development of your highest and most complex part of situational awareness development, your ability to predict future events. Imagination also is beneficial as commanders attempt to make sense out of what is happening inside of structures while they are on the outside. Your mind's eye. Imagined images are seen with your mind's eye, which is to say they are formed in the same visual cortex as the photons of light that actually enter through your eye. Information in the form of photons of light create clues and cues that you process in the visual cortex of your brain to form a partial representation of reality, with emphasis on the word partial. Almost everything you perceive in life is only a partial reality. The rest is imagined. The good news is your brain is pretty good at figuring it all out and making sense of this senseless world. It has millions of years of evolution to have practiced with. As you receive reports of conditions inside of a building, your mind forms visual images of what it thinks the interior conditions look like. Experience and training aids the accuracy of the imagination. But it doesn't guarantee that the perception will indeed be reality. Your brain can play some real tricks on you, especially when you're under stress. It's important to realize that not everything that you see is indeed reality. I know it's a hard concept to swallow. We don't like to think that we hallucinate. And we especially want to think that our perceptions are accurate, especially when the well-being of responders depends on it. The bad news and the good news is perceptions formed by imagination are likely to be different in each person. This means two people who look at the same thing and see different things, or hear something and understand a meaning differently, can be beneficial. These differences can be bad and good depending on the context of the situation. In an incident management scenario where members of a command team are comparing and contrasting their understanding of what is happening, the differences in perception may readily become evident. This can be enhanced when a command team member asks another command team member what they think is going on in areas of the incident that cannot be visualized. Differences in perception mean differences in imagination. It's difficult to tell whose perception is more accurate until after the incident is complete and the facts can be validated. In the meantime, differences should be discussed and common perceptions should be developed. Here's some discussion questions to engage your members. Discuss a time when your perception of reality was something different than true reality. How did you become aware of this problem? And how were you able to resolve these differences? If your perception of reality is different than a fellow responder, discuss how the two of you could resolve your differences and develop a common perception of reality. Go to YouTube and watch a short video. It doesn't have to be of an emergency incident, but explain to a fellow responder what the video was about. Then ask them to write an explanation of the video. Compare their imagined perception of the video with the actual video. Did they leave out any of the details? Did they add details that were not existent in the actual video? Discuss the role imagination played in forming their perception of reality. Well, that's it. Episode 87 is complete. Thank you to our sponsor, Midwest Fire. Thank you to all of our live event hosts. And thanks to you, our listeners, for sharing some of your valuable time with me today. I really appreciate your support of the SA Matters mission. Be safe out there, and may the peace of the Lord and strong situational awareness be with you always.
You've been listening to the Situational Awareness Matters radio show with Dr. Richard B. Gasaway. If you are interested in learning more about situational awareness, human factors, and decision-making under stress, visit samatters.com. If you are interested in booking Dr. Gasaway for an upcoming event, visit his personal website at richgasaway.com.